let me try.
How is it?
Some kind of mechanical lock. Looks like I'll need some special...
Let's look around for clues first. Hardly any wrinkles. There's a thin layer of dust. Nymphs finding the head of...
Nymphs finding the head of Orpheus.
Mr. Orpheus, you know a lot about art?
I'm just fascinated by the story of Orpheus and Eurydice.
Is that why you chose your pen name?
Not exactly. I was writing a novel that meant a lot to me, and that story gave me a wealth of inspiration.
Oh? Which one? As one of your loyal fans, I thought I'd read all your works.
Thank you, but it was never published.
Really? With your reputation, it's hard to imagine any of your works being left out.
Well, the publisher and I disagreed on the ending. They wanted something more classical, yet I wanted something different.
Instead of a tragic ending where the protagonist becomes a lonely oracle, you wanted him to escape fate with his love. That's surprising. From what I remember, your works are usually tragedies.
Honestly, the version I love isn't a happy ending either. In that version, Orpheus fails to bring Eurydice back and retreats into the woods. He refuses to worship Dionysus, which angers his frenzied followers, the Maenads, and they murder him. The Maenads throw his head and heart into the river, but his flesh remains on the shore. The following spring, the torso grew into 7 laurel trees, their trunks entwined like the strings of a lyre. A nightingale lands on the branches, and her song, mingled with the wind, echoes Orpheus's old lament for Eurydice. Tragedy draws me more than comedy, but I do prefer a more romantic ending.
This version sounds like an extension of the painting in my room.
Wait. Is that a bee? Why is there a dead bee here?
They look like the same species as in the greenhouse.
I saw some beehives in the greenhouse earlier.
Those belong to Mrs. Plinius. Speaking of Mrs. Plinius, Mr. Orpheus, rumor has it your queen bee was based on her. Is that true?
Not entirely. For a writer. Inspiration and real-life models aren't always the same thing.
You believe Mrs. Plinius killed her husband for money?
And you? Miss Journalist? You think she's innocent?
Innocent is a high bar. But for now, I'm not buying all the rumors.
Huh. I'd like to hear more.
Before I came here, I did some digging. The rumors and the official reports paint two very different pictures of the Pliniuses. Their relationship seems oddly divided between its start and end. Most rumors hint that Miss had been for money. But after inheriting a fortune, she didn't waste it. She put it into research. She enjoys a good life, but she's not chasing wealth or pleasure. As for Joshua Plinius, he wasn't exactly a nobody. Handsome, rich, famous, adventurous, he was just as well known in society as in science. Not all the talk was praise, but no one ever called him stingy. So with her modest desires and his generosity, it's hard to believe they'd risk everything over money. And from what I found, even though they came from different worlds, they were a real couple. At least once.
Insightful. Except for your guess about their relationship.
Why do you say that, Mr. Orpheus?
You've probably noticed, I knew Mrs.Plinius. In fact, long ago, two old friends and I almost worked for Mr. Plinius.
So you met Mrs. Plinius back then?
They'd just gotten married. Always together and in love. But after a while, you'd see they weren't really the same kind of people. Like you said, Joshua was into everything. Always chasing the next thrill. But he couldn't stay interested in anything or anyone for long. That's why we never ended up working together. Mrs. Plinius was the opposite. Rarely interested in people or things, but once she was, she never let go.
I always thought focus was a virtue.
It is, but to some, it can seem dull. And from what I know of Joshua, he was that kind of person. One of my friends said their breakup was inevitable. In a relationship that's not quite equal, different ideas of fairness, gain, and loss can lead to dangerous misunderstandings.
Make people misjudge what they're willing to sacrifice. One of my teachers used to say the same thing.
Then he'd have a lot to talk about with my old friend.
By the way, Mr. Orpheus, what do you think of Mr. Campbell?
We've only met a few times. Haven't really talked. You?
Same here. But he always seems a bit deliberately hostile.
Deliberately? Why do you say that?
Just a feeling. For now.
It's normal. In a place like this, some people let their guard down. Others get even more careful. Usually, a flashy mask is easier to keep up than a perfect self. Looks like there's nothing useful here. Except for that bee.
And that's the strangest part. For a master bedroom, there's no sign anyone's lived here. Seems the master doesn't actually stay here, but wants us to think he does. Maybe this room is hiding another secret. I need to find a way in. Mr. Orpheus, I want to check those paintings outside again. Maybe there's a clue.
I'll look in the washroom. If I find anything, I'll come find you.
When my father designed this house, he kept some of the old secret doors. I used to treat finding them as a game. The paintings usually hold the clues.